welcome to the Sticky Wicket podcast. This is the weekly cricket show about the wonderful world of international cricket by four fans of the game from three different cricketing countries. I'm Joe McDougall. I'm joined by Ed Crowther.
Hi everybody.
From Australia, Marty Drummer. G'day, Marty.
G'day everyone.
And our resident Kiwi, Cheese Davis. Hello, mate.
Evening.
And this week on the show, we are going to be starting by talking about the IPL auction, which happened a couple of days ago, and some obscene figures that are coming out for some players, a couple of England players in particular. We're also going to be talking about the Australia against India upcoming series. The Test match starts on Thursday there, along with the Australia against Sri Lanka series that is still ongoing on a different continent. We're also then going to be having a quiz from Ed, and then asking Cheese a little bit more about the New Zealand-South Africa series that is going on in the one-day series down under. And then we've got some any other business, including Shahid Afridi retiring for about the fourth time. But we'd also like to get everyone else's thoughts on what's on everything that we've discussed here. You can find us on Twitter at CricketPod. You can find us on Facebook by searching for the Sticky Wicket podcast, and by searching on the iTunes or the SoundCloud. You can search for us there and hit subscribe, and you'll get this podcast and every other sent directly to your phone or tablet. On that note, actually, we've apologies for our first sort of 6 episodes. The sound hasn't been incredible. We've worked quite hard to get it sorted this week, and so hopefully this will sound pretty level to all you guys. And also we've gone back and sorted all the first 6 episodes as well, so if you go through our what is now, I suppose, a back catalogue.
We can call it that.
Yeah, I think so.
Old band manager Marty.
Yeah.
He's put on the hard work.
So they should all be sorted. So apologies for that, but hopefully now we're up and running. We're getting stuff sorted. So fingers crossed. From here on in, we're all good. So on with the show then. Let's talk about what happened in the IPL. For anyone that doesn't know, Ben Stokes got sold for 1.7 million to the Pune Sunrisers or someone like that. And Tamal Mills got sold to the Bangalore Royal Challengers to join Virat Kohli there. There was 8 England players in total that got sold. Some outrageous figures being thrown around. Who would have thought this a year ago? Tamal Mills, 1.4 million.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the biggest surprise for me with his injury record, and he's not really hardly played international cricket either. So
I think he's played 4 T20s for England, and obviously about a year ago he was considering retiring with a bad back. He can only play T20 cricket because his bad back basically won't allow him to bowl sort of 8 or 10 overs in a game. Yeah. It's a perfect result, isn't it?
It's huge. That's like life-changing money for him, which is great for him. But I mean, 60,000 for Jordan and 1.4 million for Mills.
So what's the reason then? I think the guy bowls fast. I appreciate that, but I mean, what would make them think?
Well, he's rapid. I think
he bowls very good slower balls as well.
He does. He's got an excellent slow ball, and I think because, like all the England guys, he was in the shop window on the recent tour. 2 months before the IPL auction is a perfect time to go and play India, isn't it? And he did bowl really well, and I think I said earlier, I thought there were times, apart from when Kohli played an incredible 6 sort of cover drive off him, he made Kohli look quite uncomfortable, I think. Kohli's the captain of Bangalore Royal Challengers, and there is an owner, but I imagine he takes what Kohli says as gospel. So there's a chance that Kohli's gone back and said, this Mills guy's amazing, we need to get him. As well, Mitchell Starc pulled out of the auction a day before, who was at Bangalore last year. Yeah, so that they get first refusal on retaining him. That gone, he's gone. So they needed a left arm quick, so they've just forked out for him, but it's still amazing.
Now, my understanding is the only way they can sort of get to that kind of level is if there's obviously bidding. So, I mean, there must have been a number of teams then that were actually after him, or at least, I suppose at least 2. But,
yeah. I think there was 4 or 5. With Stokes, there was 4 or 5. I think Pune, who eventually got Stokes, I think weren't even in the running to begin with. It was sort of Mumbai and somebody else. And then about 3/4 of the way through, Pune came in and ended up going to 1.7 million.
Classic auction tactics.
Is it?
Yeah, never going too early.
There you go.
Just playing it powder dry. Yeah, exactly, absolutely. It's not a surprise about Stokes. I mean, he's one of the most exciting cricketers in the world, isn't he? And he's, for my money, he's definitely the best all-rounder in the world. I just can't believe the money that they paid for Mills. Jordan for 60,000.
Yeah.
With his death bowling.
It seems crazy, doesn't it?
Like, if you look at it in a more Moneyball sort of way, I mean, that just looks good value to me because he can do a specific job. Yeah. He's also a decent batter, a great fielder.
Yeah.
I suppose as you were saying though, if Mills has offered something a little bit different, being left arm.
Well, and he's quite sort of Hollywood, or I guess Bollywood maybe. But anyone that can smash huge sixes or bowl really fast, do something that's kind of spectacular. I think that's what they're looking for in the IPL, isn't it? It's that kind of environment, eye-catching stuff, and I guess bowling that fast is one of the few things.
If you think back as well, they've paid big money for guys like Sean Tate, Mitchell Johnson, Mitchell Stark. They're looking for those kind of guys that are, like you say, sort of got a bit of X factor. I'm not surprised by it. I'm not.
Really?
I thought that he was going to go for that kind of money purely because as soon as Stark pulled out, I thought, okay, this is one of the guys that's going to get picked up by them because they obviously want a left-handed, pretty quick bowler, and I thought that was going to increase his value quite a lot. But also just for that reason that he'll sell shirts, he'll put bums in seats, and and he'll. He's exciting. He's exciting.
I know what you're saying, but to that level, though, that's huge.
Do you think I don't think anybody will really know who he is. I bet nobody will know who he is until now. I don't think he'll sell shirts.
They will pretty quickly, I reckon. They will pretty quickly. They'll market him. They'll market him very well, and they'll make sure that people know who he is.
If you look at how Mitchell Johnson sort of attracts that, he's nothing like Mitchell Johnson yet. Obviously, he's got a way long way to go, but. That's what they're looking for, is that type, and they're hoping that this guy, because of his injuries and whatever, maybe hasn't been discovered yet, and suddenly they're thinking this guy might be a new, that kind of guy.
That's very true.
Sorry about that.
when you think of Mitchell Johnson, because of his speed, the crowd comes in. It's this kind of animal thing when you watch him. I think, you're watching that sort of very dangerous type of, I guess, ball.
Well, primal intimidation stuff. Yeah,
and his slow ball as well. Like that.
But Mills actually bowls more. Slow balls, especially when he comes back late in the innings, and he does fast bowling. So it's not just running in.
Yeah.
He has this thing, and he bowls it with his arm as fast as when he bowls normally.
Yeah.
And people are almost like waiting for a really fast one, aren't they? So he seems to deceive them. But it's not all. He's not just going to charge in and bowl.
He actually played for Auckland this year throughout the 2020 campaign. I don't think he did exceptionally well, but he was pretty hard to handle, and obviously it's like some of the guys playing him in the nets were like, geez,
Yeah.
He bowled Chris Gale at Yorker 154 k an hour.
Wow.
Yorker, like, just completely cleaned him up in the 2020 championship last year. And I agree as well. I don't think Stokes isn't a surprise as well. I mean, that's a great selection.
Oh, of course it is, absolutely.
I don't know if you saw Stephen Fleming's face when they'd actually got it.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh.
He couldn't believe it, could he?
Boy, that's a lot of money, eh? All of a sudden they're going to have to go, right, who do we cut off here now that we can actually...
Well, but is it like that, or are the owners just...
Well, there's a cap, though. Is there...
There can't be a cap,
Can't be a cap, no.
There's a cap on foreign players. You're only allowed 4 foreign players in each team.
There's not a salary cap, though, right?
But I can't believe there'll be a salary cap. That goes against the whole idea of it, really.
No.
I would expect. But, I mean... That's the other thing. I mean, is providing he's going to play every week, Mills. I mean, you'd think he must now. But the Bangalore team has got obviously Indians like Kohli, Stuart Binney, KL Rahul. But then it's foreign players. It's got Gale de Villiers, Shane Watson, Mills now, Travis Head, and Billy Stanlake.
All in the same team.
All in the same squad.
Well, you can't all play. It's all done on pro ratas, wasn't it? So if you don't play. If you only play 60% of the game, you only get 60% of your.
Oh, is that right? Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You're not guaranteed that.
So 1.4 million
on the bench, though. Does that mean you don't get paid?
You don't get paid. So if you get paid 1.4 and you only play half the games, you get paid 700,000.
Right. So Chris Jordan getting paid 60,000 if he only plays half the game, because I can't believe he'll be a frontline player. So he's only getting 30 grand.
Yeah, but it's all done on pro rata. Yeah,
that's just money.
And that's if people have to leave early or can't make it on time, then that's how they do it. They're chopped off like that. So
that bloke Stuart Rubbish Binney, he's quite a good bowler too.
Yeah,
dubbed him the Rubbish Binney, but he's a good bowler. He's quality.
He's a leggy, isn't he? Yeah.
No, he's not a bowler. He bowls his little sort of. Or am I thinking about a different guy?
You're thinking about Praveen Kumar.
Damn it, I'm thinking of a different guy.
The guy who bowls the little hoopy things.
Binney's a leggy, I think.
Apologies. I probably just wanted to say his name.
Well, on the availability front, there's some news that came out today about the England boys, anyway, which I guess creates an interesting talking point. With the so different players are available at different times now for England. So they're all available, I think, for the first 10 games of the IPL, and then Owen Morgan, Jason Roy, and Sam Billings will come back and play in the 2 or 3 ODIs. Just 2, isn't it, against Ireland?
Yeah.
So they've got to come back and play against Ireland. So they haven't been released from England duty for that. But Stokes, Woakes and Butler have been released from that and will come back a couple of weeks later in time for the South African ODI series. Jordan and Mills are available for the whole thing, but that's because they're not involved in the ODI squad, presumably, or not in their thoughts. Mills certainly not, and Jordan presumably is not in the thinking. Why have they done that? Why have they got two different things? Is that just because people like Stokes and Woakes are getting paid a fortune, or...?
I don't know. I mean, it's a good opportunity to give. You could get Billings to keep wicket this time, couldn't you? So it's a good opportunity to try something new.
Without Butler there, yeah.
Butler's shooing for the Champions Trophy anyway, and so Stokes and Woakes will be in the squad. So you kind of know about them, don't you? I suppose you know about Jason Roy as well, don't you? He's a shoo-in as well.
Billings, I guess we'll see it as an opportunity to pin down a place really and put more pressure on.
And
there's some other good people like Hales. He's going to need runs in that. And if Billings outscores him, that.
Plus, I think we'll win anyway. So it's no harm in giving. If it opens up the door for another one or two as well to come in, I don't think it really does any harm. I'd be absolutely shocked if we don't beat Ireland.
Well, like we were when we did lose to them. Fair enough.
But I think you can't say to Stokes this time like take away the opportunity to earn this sort of money when there's a clear, plausible window to get this out of the way. And then when you do need him to do more important things in the future, when he's got more pressing commitments, then you can go back and say, look, you had this, we let you go this time, you've done 3/4 of the IPL this year, now I've got to scale it back, but next year you can go again and work it like that and be flexible with these people. So then there's less chance of sort of fallings out and problems down the road.
Yeah, hopefully.
Woakes is staying at the IPL, is that right? Or is he?
Yeah, so he's staying. He's missing Ireland as well. Yeah, so he got a great offer. He got £500,000. Yeah.
Would you think that? Do you think that's big money for him?
He's a recruiter.
I was surprised.
Is that a surprise though? Or?
Maybe it's more than Mitchell Johnson.
Yeah. He's done more. He's done really well in Test cricket, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So that's really what he's come to the fore in. So maybe. I mean, he's not really getting our T20 team, does he?
He didn't play in the T20s against India, but he did play well. He bowled well in the ODIs. Particularly that game in Calcutta that we won. He bowled the last over there and stuff when we scraped a win there. So he's
it's not always in the island. Do you think?
Yeah, well, again, I think it's just being in the shop window out there, isn't it? So if you perform well in front of, I think he's actually playing for Kolkata Knight Riders, which is where in the ground that he bowled really well to win England the game. So immediately a load of Kolkata fans think he's really good. So that's probably too simplistic, but it must help, doesn't it?
You're probably right. Yeah.
If you play really well in Kolkata and all the fans think you played really well there, then when the auction comes up, they'll trigger and go, "Oh yeah, he's on the list."
Yeah.
Did Hales get picked up at all, or
he was unsold
in the second round? Because Roy went, didn't he? So did he?
Roy's gone. Yeah, he's sold, albeit a very small contract, 60,000, I think.
I mean, you think somebody just get Hales for that?
But again, he wasn't. He wasn't in the squad. Maybe it shows. Maybe.
Yeah, but he's
been there before though.
The thing is, I'm sure India's got so many batters anyway.
He's our best.
Yeah.
I think bowlers pick up the coin.
The quick all rounders.
Fast bowling all rounders. They don't have.
Yeah, and just out and out pace, which I guess says it all. Yeah.
What about this Afghani bloke getting $500,000?
Amazing. Yeah, I mean, there's two.
Isn't it? Yeah.
I mean,
3 associate players.
It is. There's two sides to it, isn't it? I mean, it's great for Afghanistan. And I think there's one bloke. If I heard it rightly,
one guy from the UAE and 2 players from Afghanistan.
Okay. Yeah.
And 1 player from Afghanistan. One of those guys got a huge contract. Yeah.
Doing a good job. They're doing a good job.
It's very impressive. I mean, it's got to be a good thing. I was just amazed at the total of it. It's considering no one's really heard of it.
I was interested to see that when in comparison, Ish Sodhi went to the. Now I'm not saying that Ish Sodhi deserved a contract, but he went over to the Big Bash to play 1 game and took 6 for 12 or something, like the best figures that ever been in the Big Bash.
Yeah,
couldn't get anywhere near it. There was all this hype around him and things, and so it's very interesting that in Afghanistan he got picked up for $500,000.
Yeah.
It's
very difficult to work out. I would agree. I'd love to know the conversations that go into a board stroke senior players meeting when they're talking about target players.
Yeah.
The day before the auction, who are they going to try and go after and why? It'd be fascinating.
Is it availability? Do you think? Like, are the Afghanis?
It certainly helps. I would imagine. I would think the associate guys are available for the whole thing.
Right.
I would imagine. I don't know that, but. For that sort of money, that's such a step up that you'd think they'd be able to just let them go for that. But
it's incredible.
I don't know. The auctioneer. He's the guy that does. He's an English guy. He does like Homes Under the Hammer.
Does he?
Oh, the really suntan guy.
No, not that one.
What, Donald Trump?
He's even more orange. Not Dale Winton.
Dickinson.
Dickinson.
Yeah, David Dickinson.
He's
not
Reg Dickinson's the ECB security chief. Isn't he?
Yeah.
How did he get the gig, this bloke?
I don't know. Apparently, he's done it every year. He's done it all 10 years. He started there when it started in 2008, and he's done all 10 editions, which is amazing. So, like for about 4 hours. Oh, by the way, in the auction they stop for lunch halfway through.
Do they?
Which is brilliant. So they just go crazy, and then they all just stop for lunch, go away, and then come back for the afternoon session, which I thought was quite cool. But yeah, I don't know. It's just an unusual thing for an afternoon. He's basically the most powerful man in world cricket.
Yeah,
it's extraordinary.
It was quite interesting watching it, like some of the faces that were around the room and things.
Yeah.
I saw Sehwag. Is he a coach?
He's a coach at one of the sides, yeah.
Gambier was at one of the tables
He's
bidding for
captain,
Stokes. Is he a captain?
He's captain, yeah.
So what, they have the coach, the captain, the owner, and the guy that's got all the money,
just
probably.
the famous people, I suppose, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever they want. I mean, yeah.
How do you get an invite? We should try and get an invite.
Yeah.
Sticky wicket invite to the IPL auction.
I'm not going to invite idiots like us.
Oh, come on.
I can guarantee
Come
you
on.
that.
I think
Send them a letter.
we'd just be laughing too loud at the most inappropriate times. I'm not sure we'll be on the list. And what about I've noticed, by the way, this is episode 7 before we've actually bothered to mention Kevin Peterson, but he's come out today and said it's a slap in the face for Test cricket. The prices of these guys, the size of the contracts that are being handed out as a slap in the face for Test cricket. I'm not really sure why, because it's not like it's the first time.
Was he upset that he's been surpassed now, wasn't he?
Well,
No, he's not.
I don't know. Well, he pulled out of the auction to spend more time with his family.
No, so this is what he said. I embraced it 8 years ago, and it's what caused me to get my P45. I absolutely love how all these youngsters are now benefiting. It's self-interest nonsense from him as usual. I mean, he's not bothered about Test cricket.
Right.
He's bothered about making some point. I can't. Yeah.
It's
better that I stop talking now.
Do you think Joe Root might recall him to the Test side?
No. No. And this is one of the best things about having Stokes and Bairstow come through and Root. Like, it's so great. He's not relevant anymore, and he has to come out with desperate comments like this in the press to try and, because nobody cares anymore. And after the way he behaved, quite rightfully. And
he's still hanging on to the fact that he's just got a chip on his shoulder, right? Like, he can't just look at himself and realise what he probably did. Was his.
Yeah, he's just trying to. Yeah, he's so self-obsessed. I mean, it's unbelievable. Yeah,
it's quite funny at the same time, isn't it?
Absolutely. That's why I brought it up.
You've got to have that kind of stuff. It's quite hilarious.
Good news, right? Okay, so we'll move on now. I know Marty was desperate to talk about the Australia-Sri Lanka series. So, for those of you that don't know, outrageously, there are 2 Australia series going on at the moment as we speak in 2 different continents. They're 2-0 down in the T20 series at home to Sri Lanka, and in between the first and second games they've had a warm-up match in India for the Test series, which starts on Thursday. The last T20 match of the series is on Wednesday. There's 12 hours between them, is that right?
Yeah, I think there's 12 hours, so it's not enough time to finish one game and go to the airport and start the Test match.
Yeah.
It's just ludicrous. It's absolutely ludicrus. I was reading earlier, there was a comment from David Warner, who's obviously not afraid to put his 2 cents in from time to time, talking about all the players, how annoyed they are.
Really?
Yeah, so it's very, very poor scheduling, was his words. And it is, I mean...
That's farcical.
How can you have 2 Australian teams? I mean, I know that each of these teams now have different players, but it's not the case across the board. I mean, you've still got Steve Smith, you've got Warner, you've got Stark, you've got Wade, at least those ones there, who would be in the
That's a lot
team,
already, isn't it?
as well as in the T20 team. And, I mean, I don't know what it says. What does it say, Sri Lanka? I mean, it's just madness to be doing this, and I'm really hopeful that when they, with this new scheduling and the new system with international cricket, that it stops, balls like Australia trying to be too greedy and trying to push series in where they, there's no need to have them.
It's always a worrying thing because you don't know. I don't know exactly when the precise schedules are made, but when India and Australia are playing each other, you would think. It might be getting scaled back, this sort of power of England, Australia and India running Test cricket, but at the moment it's certainly not. And it's as though that just trumps the little insignificant Sri Lanka series, and they've just sort of played that in Geelong, and they've just paid no attention to it. I know. I mean, do many Australians know it's even going on? I don't know.
Well, they've got 42,000, I think, to the MCG.
There's a lot of Sri Lankans in Geelong.
As I said before, there are a lot of expat Sri Lankans living in Melbourne. So I mean, I'm sure that a vast majority of that crowd would have been.
Well, I watched it on Sunday morning in Geelong.
There's a reason why they had it in Geelong. It's just down the road from Melbourne, for those who don't know, about an hour down the highway.
Yeah.
Because again, you get the Sri Lankan fans travelling down there to actually go and watch the match.
Yeah, it was like a home game. I saw it on Sunday morning. There was loads of Sri Lankans.
Yeah, there were.
In the crowd.
I think it was also freezing cold as well.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
Winter's coming a bit early, perhaps. But
yeah, I mean, it was an amazing game. It was an incredible knock from Gunaratne, who knocked 84 off. Not very many, not out 4 off the last ball to win or something like that.
I look at it. I think they've both been quite good games. They've both been really close. I think one off the last ball, both of them. I think, but
right.
It's
just a
my
shame.
Mind, my mind's not really the point. It's just about the.
Absolutely.
I think the series itself has just been cheaper now. I think you would probably have a different view and think I'm just being a bit.
Not in the slightest. No, I think it's disgraceful to have two separate. Especially you've got a squad in India, which is presumably 15 or 16 guys. Yeah, so there's always going to be a certain segment, a probably decent segment of those guys who play 2020 cricket, and that is the case. So that's ridiculous to have a home.
What does it say to some of these young players coming in who have obviously started the Big Bash, coming in for their first Australian match?
Yeah.
And it's kind of seen to be kind of a second string Australian team, not really an Australian jersey.
Just devalues international cricket.
It does devalue it, I think, and I think that's a concern.
Absolutely.
Does it build their depth, Australia, at all?
Oh, potentially, but maybe.
But you shouldn't be doing that in a series against Sri Lanka. Really, I don't think. That's not.
The Australia A tour is going on everywhere.
Yeah.
They've actually sort of followed around the world.
You shouldn't have a home series against Sri Lanka to basically play your second team and build squad depth. That's just crazy.
I completely agree. I'm just sort of trying to look at the positive side of losing 3-0 to Sri Lanka.
2-0 so far.
Ever the optimist. So the first test starts on Thursday in India.
Yeah, that's right. So there was the tour match which finished up a couple of days ago now, which wasn't too bad a match. I mean, it's only one of those sort of went half-assed, nice Australian term there for the match. I think it was a 3-day match. But Steve Smith and Sean Marsh made some runs, which is good. But also, there was some young Indian player who came out and scored a 202 off 210 balls. I think.
Unbelievable,
incredible.
I don't know who he is.
The problem with that was he went after the 2 Australian spinners. So
that was my next question.
Well, this is the thing. So I mean, the Australian team coming up here. I mean, if you look at the bowlers, I think it's fairly clear who you're going to get for the Australian quicks. It's going to be Stark. It's going to be Hazelwood. You probably have Mitch Marsh, I'd say now, as the all-rounder. Mainly because he got 75, I think, in the tour match as well. Also, the offers are something a little bit different as well. The spinners, though, I think they'll play 2 spinners. They'll play line, what was the other one? I've got already.
Sorry, does that mean that you think Maxwell won't be in the side then?
I don't think Maxwell will. No, he didn't do
they'll
much
hold off
match.
Trying to play him as the number 6 all-rounder?
No, I think it'll be Mitch Marsh.
Right.
Yeah, and it'll be O'Keefe who'll be the other spinner. But the problem was that this young Indian player, the guy scored at 200. I mean, he went after those spinners. I think Lyon got 3 or 4 wickets. But he went for almost 6, like a run of ball.
Really? Well, we saw
he went about 160.
In the England tour, if you've not got spinners who can contain, it makes life very, very difficult in India.
Yeah.
And you aren't even playing that guy who got 300, he got dropped.
Yes, that's right.
That gives you an idea of what you're
Yeah, he's out the side.
Yeah, he's out the side and Rahane is straight back.
300 and he's out.
Well, someone was injured at that time, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I mean...
Yeah, we got 100.
Yeah. I think Coley even said in the press conference afterwards, he's going to be lucky to keep his spot. Really?
Yeah, so the first test obviously starts on Thursday. I'm quite worried about this, to be honest.
How many tests are there?
There's 4 tests. 4. So there's 2 back-to-back, then a week off, and then 2 back-to-back.
At least your spinners will at least they'll know generally a rough plan about the bowlers. I mean, about the batsmen that they're bowling to. Obviously, Coley's pretty impossible to bowl to at the best of times, but at least this young guy, they would have known who he was. They wouldn't have known. But you'd hope, I suppose, that they could adjust.
I think pretty quickly. Right. I mean, I'm just more concerned about our batsmen, about when they can make any runs. I mean, they're talking about. I saw Lehman already saying about Matt Renshaw perhaps not opening and having Khawaja coming in to replace him. Given that Renshaw was kind of like the star of the Australian summer.
Yeah.
They already talked about dropping him just because of a tour match. He only made a couple of runs in the tour match. I think.
But is he known for not being able to play spin? Or?
Well, I mean, he's just a young Australian player, isn't he? Like he doesn't see.
So yes.
That's correct. So I mean, look, I like, you know, if the batters can get some runs, put some pressure on, maybe. So, I don't know. I mean, it's India now, isn't it? I mean, they're looking at if they do this, it'll be 13 tests in a row.
Yeah, I mean I've had a ridiculous summer, but then you know they're at home and. Well, you could talk about this for a long time, but yeah, I mean, it would be good to see someone beat them, to be honest.
Yeah.
Is the next Test series for Australia after this series the Ashes, or do they have something else in between?
They must have something in between, I think.
I'm not really sure. I'm obviously the Champions Trophy will be the next big thing.
Yeah, but Test cricket, because the Ashes are obviously...
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I wouldn't
not
be surprised if
November.
they're playing one in sort of like maybe in South Africa or something like that. But,
Yeah.
I'm not sure, to be honest. And what do you guys think, whether it'll have any sort of, show any signs towards the Ashes at the end of the year, given England's played there?
No.
Just the different conditions, is that the...
No, I mean, you guys will lose and lose comfortably like we did, and it'll have no bearing on the Ashes whatsoever, yeah.
It's always half full, isn't it, mate?
That's what I was going to say. It'd be nice to see someone beat it India, you were saying.
It'd be nice to see India play away from home.
It would be.
I don't know how they've come up with this schedule. Again, going back to scheduling. I mean, it's so they've just played South Africa, West Indies, England, now Australia.
Yeah.
They probably played somebody else, like
Bangladesh on a one-off.
Bangladesh, and then you look at like how lopsided what's his name, Ashwin's record is.
Yeah.
Like overall, he's got a great record. He's done nothing outside apart from a little bit in the West Indies, where it now spins and they're not the best either. Like.
That's such a frustration, isn't it? Like, Yasir Shah, that Pakistani. Like he played like 22 Test matches in a row in Pakistan or something, and he was taking all these wickets. And it's like, well, come on. Like,
but he did come over here and he did all right.
He did.
Ashwin was dreadful over here last time. And he ended up getting dropped.
You can't imagine he's the sort of player that would even hold an end up in sort of Australian conditions or South Africa or England or anything. It's just, and yet down in India, he just takes a fiver every time.
Yeah.
He's nearly past Glenn McGrath on the fifers.
Has he?
Yeah.
Is that right?
He's what I think this is before the Bangladesh test actually. I think he had one less fifer than Glenn McGrath, 23 or something.
And he's got about 20 of them in, and he got 2 in West Indies and about 20 in India. And he got 1 somewhere.
And McGrath played 100 odd tests. I think he's played something like 90 less tests than McGrath.
Wow.
Yeah. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But like you say, McGrath's obviously lopsided anyway because he had Warne at the other end, which actually probably hampered him as much as it helped him.
Probably helped him at the same time.
Yeah, it helped him. That's not his
so.
fault. At least, if Ashwin goes everywhere and does it in the end, then fair enough, fair play to him. He will be a great cricketer. But at the moment, it's everything's in his favour, isn't it? So same with Kohli as well. He's a great player, but let's see him get some runs in England. Before we get too carried away and things.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about the Australian scoreline? I'm thinking probably.
It'll probably be 3-0, won't it? Yeah.
Could be 4-0.
If you scrape a draw, you never know. You might be able to scrape a win if Warner or Smith do something amazing.
If they can get a win somewhere, I think it'd be a great.
I agree. Yeah. If you lose 3-1, that'd be a great result. If you stop this rot of beating them, I think that would be good to see. But you're bound to lose. I would probably think 3 of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't imagine you're gonna.
Yeah, I think I saw
Get out
Harvey
of
Jones came out and I thought he'd being a little bit snarky. Sort of say if Australia plays well, they'll lose 3-0. The thing is, he's probably true.
Well, England didn't play that badly and lost 4-0.
Yeah.
We came out of it. The last test was a bit of a shambles, but apart from that, we were coming out with it with quite a lot of positives, outrageously. And we lost 4-0 out of 5. So
they just have these insane periods of the game, the guys, where they just take the game so far out of reach that it's impossible to get
massive run scoring and then a collapse on the other side and it's all over, isn't it?
Yeah.
It seems to happen. So anyway, right. Well, we'd like to get everyone's thoughts as we said at the beginning of the pod. We're going to try and be a little bit more active on social media from now on as well. So @CricketPod on Twitter is where you find us there. We'll try and start a couple of discussions on Facebook and things. So we really want to hear your thoughts on all of that. But we're going to move on now, and Ed has prepared a quiz this week, so he's going to play Quizmaster. So over to you.
That's good, Joe. That's a good shout out.
It's a move away from the lists that we've had in the last couple of weeks, back to normal question answers.
Ooh.
So I've got 15 questions, 5 each. In the event of a tie, I've got a few spare ones, so hopefully we'll use them all up, and then we'll have to declare a draw or something like that. Okay, start off you, Cheers.
Right, great.
What was Sean Udall's nickname?
Oh, mate.
Oh, it's not even multiple choice.
No.
I wouldn't have a clue. I really wouldn't.
I feel like that's something I know, but
He was a spin bowler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shaggy.
Right. Okay. What's the
is there a
reason?
story behind that? or-
No.
Just was.
Sean Shaggy Udall. I don't know.
That's what it is.
Probably some cool there, I don't know.
Fair
Anyway.
enough.
Right,
Very
Marty.
tricky.
At which English test ground would you find the Lumley end? Lumley.
Ooh, I know this.
I honestly don't know. Say Old Trafford.
No.
Can I jump in?
Yep.
Durham.
Durham. Yeah.
Lumley Castle. It's that nice castle behind. Yeah, well, you know when we went to watch the Ushers.
Yeah, we were.
The castle. We were pretty drunk actually.
We weren't learning too much on that.
I'm not sure if I pointed it out, but there's a castle at one end, which is called Lumley Castle.
Brilliant.
Right, Joe. In which year was the first ODI played?
First ODI. Oh. The first World Cup was '75, so I'll say 71.
Yes.
Joe McGoogle, everybody. That's incredible.
Who's it between?
I don't know. I didn't write that bit down.
England. I don't know who it would have been.
It'd probably
Would it be
be-
England,
I
Australia?
think England, Australia.
Yeah.
Right, back to you, Cheese. Brian Lara's last international match was against England in April 2007. Which English player ran him out?
Oh. Watching the game actually. 2007.
So it was his last ever game, and obviously I can't even remember what the. I mean, I remember the West Indian guy who caused it. I must imagine being him, having done that in his last game. But anyway, what was the English
Yeah, you
person
wouldn't want to
who
be
ran
that
him
guy,
out?
would you?
No.
Who was that?
Because it was in the Western. I can't remember, but
You
it was
can't remember.
it was in the West Indies at the World Cup, wasn't it? That was his last.
Oh, it was World Cup. Yeah.
That guy barbecued him, and then he just stood there.
I can't even think who was playing for England in 2007. That's when they it was Alistair Cook's team, wasn't it? It was,
No.
This was in the World Cup in the West Indies in 2007.
So it would have been.
One day.
Who was captain then?
oh,
Strauss?
Vaughan.
Vaughan.
Yeah,
right,
that was
okay.
when we were dreadful again.
that eliminates one. Eliminates one. Who batted three that day? Oh, mate, I don't know. Ian Bell?
No, Peterson.
Oh,
Was it?
Our favourite friend.
Oh,
Right.
makes it.
it's hard to remember him doing anything good in cricket, actually.
Marty, in which year did Graham Gooch play his final test match?
I'll say 1996.
Nope, 95.
Oh, that's close.
95, was it? I didn't realise he played that late.
Right, Joe. Alex Stewart hit his highest test score of 190 in 1992 against who?
92. It was an Ashes summer. Oh no, that was 93, wasn't it? So 92. It wouldn't have been South Africa. So. I'll say the West Indies.
Pakistan.
Ooh,
Questions this week, eh?
mate, they're very tough, actually.
Is it 1-0? I think.
Yeah, it's 1-0.
Up to 6.
Yeah,
Let's get some Southern
the
Hemisphere
success rate is
questions
not
on
very
it.
good. We're back to Cheese. Which Surrey bowler did Andrew Flintoff once hit for 34 runs in an over in 1998? Surrey bowler.
1998.
I don't watch county cricket in 98. Surrey, oh, come on. I only know that Alex Stewart played for Surrey. Mate. Look, I got no idea.
Alex Tudor.
Was it? I was going to say.
I always said Alex, didn't I? Close.
Right.
Mate, county cricket.
Back to you, Marty. Which English batsman was Shane Warne's 150th, 250th, and 400th Test wicket?
Sorry, say that again, sorry.
Which English batsman was Shane Warne's 150th, 250th, and 400th Test wicket?
I can have a good guess at this.
I'll say Atherton. I don't know.
Stewart. Really bad luck to be on all those prime numbers as well. That's unbelievable. Right, back to Joe. Which player scored the most runs in the 2007 World Cup?
Didn't Ponting get a monster score in the final? I'll say Ponting.
Hayden.
Ugh. Is that when Ponce got a big ton in the final?
That was
That was the one before.
That was Gilchrist had his squash ball.
157, I think, or something.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That was when Gilchrist had the squash ball in the final in his bottom hand, wasn't it? Is that that?
Could have been. I don't know. That's a really strange thing to remember.
Right, back to cheese. For which county did Curtly Ambrose play for between 1989 and 1996? Which English county?
Somewhere down southeast, I reckon.
South East is a big place, mate.
It is a big place. There's a few counties down there. I feel like it was Somerset, but I'm not going to lock that in.
No, that's southwest.
Yeah. It is southwest. I meant to say southwest.
Geography is a problem here. That's.
Yeah, I'm not going to say. Oh, mate. It's Somerset.
No, it was Northants.
Northants, yeah.
Yeah, it's not even southwest.
They wish to have something like Curtly Ambrose now, right? Right, Marty, which bowler took 2 Test and 2 ODI hat-tricks in his career?
Ooh,
Only person to do it.
Trying to think of anyone who's taken 2 Test matches. 2.
And 2 ODI hat-tricks and 2 Test match hat-tricks, yeah.
I'm going to have to pass. I can't think of anyone.
What country are we talking? What country are we talking?
You passed?
Can I try?
Yep.
Oh, nah.
Go on.
Shane Bond.
No. Wasim Akram. So he took
Fair enough.
hat-tricks against Sri Lanka in consecutive Test matches in 1999 within 2 weeks of each other. And then around that same period of 89 and 90, he took 2
ODI,
2 in ODIs, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
That bottle
Yeah.
top does wonders for you.
Right, Joe.
This is a low scoring quiz.
It's not very good, guys. I thought it was a relatively. It's easy when you need a multiple choice, don't you? Sometimes. Anyway, my apologies. For what reason did Ian Botham briefly get banned from cricket for in 1986?
Was it smoking marijuana?
It was. I'd also accept cannabis or weed. Right, back to you, Cheese. Oh, you should know this one. It's fallen good on you, this one.
Yes.
Which country did New Zealand dismiss twice in one day in 2005?
Oh.
I don't even know this.
Oh, no, I don't actually.
Twice in a day?
Yeah, in a test match, yeah.
It's not unusual for New Zealand, though, is it? So.
No, New Zealand dismissed this country.
Yeah, no.
Oh, right.
Yeah, sorry, mate.
Oh, I see. You
I
were
thought that was what you were insinuating.
No.
I thought you were kidding.
It's one of the. I'm going to go with Bangladesh.
It was Zimbabwe.
Okay.
Has to be one of them.
Cheese has got none. So you've got every.
I've got to be
five
gone.
right. Yeah. Joe's already won, but we'll do the last 2 anyway. You should know this one. What was Steve Waugh's nickname? I didn't know this.
Steve Waugh's name?
Tugger.
Yeah, Tugger.
Tugger.
T-U-G-G-A. I don't know why. Do you know what the origin of
Tugger.
that?
As in.
No?
What?
Tug of war.
Okay.
No, T-U-G-G-A. I don't know.
Fair enough.
Anyway, Joe, you've won, but I'll ask you the last question anyway.
Right.
To make it even more resounding, which Indian batsman was Shane Warne's first Test wicket?
Ooh. It's a long time ago, isn't it? Was that 92-ish?
Must have been about 91,
Yeah, it was,
92.
that was 91.
About 91, 92.
Yeah.
I think he got like 1 for 150, didn't he?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. So who would have been in that team? Gavaskar might have been in that team. Tendulkar was probably playing, was he? Tendulkar.
Ravi Shastri.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Fair enough. And that was it for a while until he came to Old Trafford, wasn't it? Really?
So 2 to Joe, 1 to Marty, none to Cheese. Not even the basic New Zealand question. You couldn't even get me on the board.
I won last week. Share it around.
Fair enough. Right. Well, thanks, Ed. That was tricky. So I don't have to do that for another month. Righto. So we're going to move on now. We're going to ask Toots Cheese. Actually, it's we are 1 game into the New Zealand South Africa series. The second of 3 ODIs is happening sort of tonight or tomorrow.
5 ODIs.
Oh, it's 5 ODIs. Sorry.
Yep.
South Africa won the first in a unaffected 34 over game.
They did.
With a ball to spare, I think.
Yes, with a ball to spare. We also lost 2020 to them
That was on Friday, wasn't
very
it?
badly on Friday night. Which
What
doesn't-
happened there?
Imran Tahir got 5 wickets and bowled us out for 100, basically.
Really? In Eden Gardens or
Eden Park.
Eden Park? Sorry.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's right. He's still in India. No, yeah, that was. I mean, that was. They only scored 185 at Eden Park. You'd
Small
like to think it was
place,
chaseable, but Tahir just got on a roll, and like once those guys, once a good bowler in 2020 gets on a roll, he's pretty hard to get on top of, and we just couldn't really handle it. But then, Sunday was a bit of a disappointment. To be fair, I mean, it was a chaseable total, and
New Zealand has still got a very good side in one-day cricket. I know we've discussed it slightly last week with a few guys out and whatnot, but
we do have a very good side, and I think like South Africa are a very good side too. So if you're competing and pushing them to the limit, if not winning, then you're doing pretty well. I think we've got to win tonight. We have to win tonight, or else we're 2-0 down in a 5-match series, and they only need one more win to sort of get through it. So. But they've got such a good team. I mean, De Kock and Amler at the top. De Kock scored 69 or 64 or something like that.
Yeah.
Amler got 30 odd, and then you've got Duplessis, De Villiers, Duminy coming in. And I'll tell you who's really good. That bloke that killed England a few years back as well, Chris Morris, the pace bowling all rounder, bats a little bit. I think he scored some runs against England in the Test series over here. Do you remember?
He's the one that won the ODI series last year, wasn't he? When Rashid dropped him, wasn't that him?
A tall, gangly
Wasn't
guy.
that a Visa guy?
Was that? I know Morris did really well against you guys, but he took 4 for against us the other night and batted really well. He got some quick runs.
Where did he bat?
When they needed them, about 8.
Maybe we were in a cult back then.
I think he might be well and truly entrenched in that team. He's a good player. But, yeah, I mean it was disappointing. It was disappointing, but we fought hard. We're bowling really well. And Sodi, we picked 2 spinners, which we don't often do. Sodi and Santner, they bowled really well.
Okay.
But we need someone in that top order to score hundreds.
Yeah.
Because
Williamson not doing it at the moment.
we got 60 odd. He got out to a pretty. I mean, the pitch was very difficult. It had rained a lot, very slow, and turned a long, long way.
Really?
Like in South Africa's innings, they had 3 referred that got turned over because they were going miles down leg.
Right.
Because the ball was just turning so much. So it was a really strange wicket. I think De Villiers was saying it was dreadful. Like he said, for conditions, it was 0 out of 10. For
It also rained during the game or in the morning or something, so it
rained all day.
It doesn't help, does it? But,
No. But 29 degrees in Christchurch today, so it should be a really, really good game.
Right. So maybe some big scores as well.
Yep, definitely.
Very good. Right. Well, we'll keep an eye on that. So we will move on again. There's a couple of other pieces of news from around the world of cricket. Shahid Afridi has announced his retirement from international cricket for, I think, the 4th time.
What, do you think it'll stick this time?
It sounds like this one will stick. Yeah. So that might. I mean, that's got to be it, hasn't it?
I think so. How old is he now? Is he mid-30s?
I don't actually know.
He
36.
started his career really young, didn't he? 'Cause he was like 17 or something.
Yeah, he was like a child superstar, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And came onto the scene. But I mean, yeah. So that's nearly 20 years ago. That's
Yeah.
frightening, isn't it?
Really is, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's always been a bit of the pantomime villain over here.
Really? Afridi?
Yeah.
How come?
Well, he's not particularly massively well liked, I don't think, in many quarters. But
I haven't heard of him for years.
Really?
Literally, mate.
he's been on the 2020 circuit. He's played in the British 2020 scene.
Right.
But I don't think he played. He got to the finals last year, didn't he? He played on finals day.
Oh, yeah.
And then smash it up in the air and.
Yeah, he's one of
Doing
always.
that, but-
Every now and then he did something absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
But he just did nothing for game after. I don't think he's quite. He got the sort of nickname, didn't he? Whatever. Actually, his bowling was better than his batting.
was pretty good.
His bowling was outrageous.
especially in white ball cricket. But his batting, when you go 10 or 15 games with, he just gets so carried away. He'd come out and
Did he get something? Was it in test matches or one day where he got some ridiculously quick?
every once in a while he came off, didn't he? But
Yeah.
I think his bowling was better than his.
You got to love like his style of cricket though. Like when he came out to bat, it was just like he's gonna do something. And it's gonna be good fun.
It's going out the park or it's not.
Yeah.
Let's go straight up.
And if he misses one really badly and looks dreadful, he doesn't care. He'll just try to get the next ball. It's just he was awesome attitude towards the game.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. Yeah.
It was quite cool.
Yeah, whether you love him or hate him, it was entertaining, wasn't he?
Yeah,
you can't take that away.
Definitely.
And I think he probably did a huge amount for Pakistan cricket actually, because he just became a cult figure very quickly, didn't he? And has been for
Yeah.
seemingly years.
Yeah.
And it's probably something to an extent that Pakistan cricket probably lacks a little bit. I mean, if that's a good, really good players, but maybe not sort of that. Maybe after Wakar and...
He only played 27 tests.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah. He only played
That's
27
very
I'm surprised that. I thought he would play a lot more than that.
I bet his averages aren't great. I can't imagine.
He did average 36 at a strike rate of 87.
What was
he
his
got
bowling
five,
average?
but he's played 398 one days. So that's
398.
Yeah.
There can't be many people who play more than that, are there? If any.
games.
Maybe like Jai
Christmas.
Sarir and people like that.
Yeah.
And he's played 98
Really, maybe.
at T20s as well.
Wow. Well, there we go. So that's him. Final story. Did anyone hear about what happened to Billy the trumpeter this week?
Banned from Lords.
He's already banned from Lords. So he lost his trumpet. It's a true story.
Is that a euphemism or?
No, he lost his trumpet. He left it on a train. I didn't realise he's a really, really good trumpet player. I know he's obviously brilliant when he's in the stands, but he used to play for the London Philharmonic and stuff. He's absolutely like top quality. He's playing in Matilda in the West End at the moment.
So he won't have a problem buying himself a new one. He's
He's
okay.
He found it again.
Oh!
So he left it on the train, and then he put out an appeal. I remember seeing something on Twitter about the fact that he lost it, and everyone was, dismayed, obviously.
Jesus, some good Samaritans out
By the
there.
way, do you know why he became the trumpeter? This is a good story. I only found this out today. So, in 2004, he was on tour to the West Indies. He left his trumpet in a taxi in Barbados, right, and he lost it. And then a week or two later, at the Antigua Test match, he saw someone playing it. So he went up to them and demanded it back. And then to prove that it was his, he played The Great Escape. Everyone loved it, joined in, and then they asked him to join the Barmy Army.
Oh, no way.
Isn't that amazing?
That's great.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
That is cool.
So, so anyway, well done, Billy. You've got your trumpet back.
On you, Billy.
And we'll see you in the stands at any moment. So I think that just about wraps it up from us. We again wanted to hear your thoughts on Twitter at CricketPod. Search for us on Facebook and the SoundCloud and iTunes. But for this week, that's it from me. See you later, Manny.
See you, Joe. Thank you.
Thanks, Cheese.
Cheers, gents.
Ed.
No worries, thank you very much.
Cheers, guys.